like to set an intention for tonight's class, you can do so at this time. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, start to bend your right knee, pulling it in towards the chest. You can hug it in or you can just bend it. We're going to start with circling this knee. Nice and slow circles of the right knee. Yeah, circle it just like that. Start the knee to center. Flex both feet. Inhale, and as you exhale, bring your forehead up towards your knee. A little crunch here. And then lower your head down. Right knee bent, but bring the foot down to the ground. We're going to flex the left leg, and as you inhale, bring your left leg up as high as you can, and as you exhale, lower that left leg down. So we'll do 5 leg lifts with the left leg. Inhale it up, and exhale it down. Nice and slow. Try to keep your lower back connected to your mat. Good. And then when you're done, you're going to go ahead and bend both knees, both feet flat on your mat. Inhale and send your hips up into bridge pose. So keep this bridge quite gentle. You want your feet about hip distance apart. And you're going up about 50%. Spend about 5 breaths. Nice slow inhales and slow exhales. Waking up the back muscles, the sit muscles. One more breath. And as you exhale, lower your hips down. And we're going to straighten the right leg and hug the left knee in. So either using your hands to support the leg or free flowing coming into your circle. So nice slow circles with that left hip. So circle around, other leg is straight. Keep breathing. And then circle just the knee. Just the lower part of the leg. So actually moving that joint. Good. And then lower your foot down. Place your left foot on the ground. Flex your right foot and inhale your right leg up. And exhale, lower your right leg down. So keep breathing. Inhale that leg up. Exhale, lower it down. Good. And then when you're done with those leg lifts, lower the foot and send the hips high for bridge pose. Welcome, Lamont. Thank you for joining us. We've just started, so you can just join right on in when you're on your mat. You're going to start on your back. So for the rest of us that are in bridge pose, we'll stay here for 2 more breaths, just setting our hips up. And then as you exhale, lower your hips down. Try to press your lower, making circle with the knees. Try to massage your lower back. We'll search for the tightness that you may have carried today in your lower back or your hips. Try to coordinate your breath with your movement. As you inhale, maybe your knees go closer to your chest, and as you exhale, you go away. And if you haven't reversed your circles already, go ahead and do so. Good. All right, so now we're going to get into the strength of the back. So you can roll yourself up or push yourself up into seated. And then we're going to roll onto our stomach. So there might be an easier way to have done that. However you would like to, you're going to roll on your stomach, and your legs are going to be extended out long, and your arms are going to be extended above the head. So you can rest your forehead on the mat, or you can slightly lift the head. We're going to start with lifting the legs. So you might only start with bringing the toes down on the ground, and then maybe lift one leg at a time. Or if you're able to lift both legs, you're going to lift both legs with both feet flexed, so the toes pointing down towards the ground. The upper body's relaxed, the head is relaxed. Squeeze your sit muscles, squeeze your thighs, and stay here for a few deep breaths. A lot of back pain comes from weakened back muscles, so we're going to spend some time strengthening these muscles today. Take one more breath in, and as you exhale, lower your legs, make a little pillow for your head, and rest your right cheek on your hands. And start to make circles with those knees again. Slow down the breath. Let's all take a nice slow breath in through the nose together. And as you exhale, reverse your circles. Now rest your left cheek on your hands, turning your head, and circle again. Inhale, and as you exhale, reverse your circle one more time. And then we're going to lower the legs and bring the arms back forward. So now you're going to try to lift both your arms and your legs, or you can stick with one or the other. On the inhale, see if you can lift both arms, both legs, and breathe at the same time. We're going to hold. 2 more breaths, try to lift a little higher. And as you exhale, lower down and roll onto your right side. We're coming into a what they call clamshell for the hips. So with this, you want to stack your knees and your hips on top of each other. Sometimes if you need to add a little cushion under the hip for support, you can. If anybody here needs, let me know. And then you can be on your elbow and forearm, or you can rest your head completely down. So whichever is most comfortable for you, we're going to keep the feet together, and we're going to inhale and separate the knees. Keep the hips stacked. Don't allow the hip to open up to where it rolls back, and then you'll bring the knees back together. So it's an inhale, open, exhale, close. We're trying for 10. Try to keep those 2 big toes and the heels together and just open the knees. We've got a few more, so keep it slow. You'll start to feel the left hip getting warmer. Good, let's do 2 more. Good. All right, let's head on back to the stomach. When you get to the stomach, just acknowledge how your left hip feels in comparison to your right. And we'll straighten the arms above the head. And as you inhale, lift your right leg and your left arm. See how high you can lift it? You're looking down at your mat. Let's see if you can hold for 3 breaths. Keep breathing. Squeeze that right cheek. Try to lift a little higher. And as you exhale, lower the arm and the leg. Let's switch sides. Inhale, the left leg and the right arm comes up. Holding for 3 deep breaths. Now strain on the mat, looking down. Inhale, squeeze that left cheek. Try to lift a little higher. And on the exhale, lower down. Go ahead and roll onto your left hip so we can do that clamshell on the other side. So once you get to the left hip, make sure you stack your knees and hips again. Choose whether you want to be on the elbow or lower down. And then when you're ready, inhale, lift that top knee, not going too far, and exhale, lower it down. Good, keep going. Slow and controlled, strengthening our right hip. The breath is just as important as the movement. So really try to inhale the entire way as you open up, and exhale the entire way down. We've got 3 more. And one more time. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Now we're going to slowly come on up to a seated position. So for you guys at home, if you have anything, I think I spoke with everyone except for you, Lamar. If you have anything in this shape, whether it be a pillow, a blanket, or a towel that you can roll up and place underneath your knees. And for everybody who has something, you're going to go ahead and place it under your knees. Your legs are going to be straight and we're going to be sitting up. You can still do this if you don't have anything to support the knees. So we're going to walk the hands back. It's okay to slouch here unless you want to work more on your core. Then you're going to work on sitting up tall and nice and straight. So what we will do is we're going to start with the left leg and lift the left leg straight and flex the foot and hold it. So you're keeping your right leg relaxed, lifting the left leg and flexing, pulling the toes in. We'll hold for 2 breaths, and then we'll exhale and lower back down. We're going to do 5 rounds of these. So inhale, lift the leg, flex the foot.
Not for a minute there.
And lower down. And again, inhale, lift and flex. And lower. One more, lift, flex, and lower. Now switch to the right leg. If you need to reposition, sitting up or slouching back, when you're ready, lift the right leg, flex the foot, hold, and then lower. 4 more times. This is really good for the knee, the quadricep muscles here, and they also help to support the head. So remember to flex and hold. We've got 1 more time. Good. Now we're going to slide forward so you have enough space to lay flat. You can leave the bolster underneath your knees. And we're going to start with the legs relaxed down. We're going to flex the right foot. Inhale the foot up about 30 degrees. So not as high as you can. Flex that foot like you just did. You might start to feel the leg shake. We're going to get to the hip a little more. So hold for 2 breaths and then lower it down and relax it. Left side, inhale that left leg up. Flex the foot. Hold, and lower back down. Keep going. Right side, lift and hold, and then lower, and then left side, lift and hold. Inhale up, try to hold the breath, hold the pose, and exhale down. We've got 1 more on each leg. Good. And just relax when you're done. Feeling your lower back connected to your mat. Good. Now, if you have a block or anything that you can squeeze at home or with us, you're going to go ahead and remove your bolster or your prop from under your knees, and you're going to bend your knees, flatten your feet. You can do this bridge without a block, but if you have a block, go ahead and be down by your side with your palms facing down. We're going to press into the feet and lift the hips up and squeeze that block as much as we can without forcing or pinching or pain, just activating those thigh muscles. Good. Keep breathing while you're in your bridge. Let's all take a cleansing breath together. Inhale through the nose as you send your hips high. Open them out, sigh it out. Good, 2 more times. Keep squeezing those sit muscles, send them up, inhale. Sigh it out. Last one, big breath, biggest breath of your day. And as you exhale, lower your hips as slow as you can, 1 vertebrae at a time. Removing your block. We're going to windshield wiper our knees. So you can bring your hands to rest on your belly and then allow your knees to fall to the left. Maybe look to your right for a spinal twist. And then inhale the knees back up. Allow your knees to fall to the right as you look to the left. And if that felt really good, do it another time. We're going to come on up to a tabletop so you can roll onto one side and push yourself up, or you can hold on to the back of the thighs and rock yourself up and down. So coming into the tabletop, if you need to add anything under the knees for extra cushion, go ahead and do so. You want to make sure that your knees are hip distance apart and your hands are right underneath your shoulders. The first round, we're going to start with the toes tucked so that our feet get a little stretch. So spread your fingers nice and wide, press them firmly into the ground. We're going to do cat and cow, but we're going to hold it. So we'll start with cow. We'll inhale, press the belly down towards the ground and look up. Imagine someone's pulling your shoulders back. You're opening your chest. Little by little, you're trying to get those pelvic bones towards the floor. So keep breathing. You can look up, stretching your eye muscles, or you can close your eyes and focus on opening the throat, the chest, pressing the belly down. Now, if you have your toes tucked and you'd like a little more, send your hips back towards your heels a little bit, keeping those palms pressed firmly. Inhale. And as you exhale, bring the spine back to a neutral position and untuck your toes. You can tap the tops of your feet on the floor if you like. And now we'll do our cat. So on the inhale, squeeze the belly, chin to chest, and hold. Squeeze the belly like you're crunching. Press the palms firmly. Try to feel a stretch in the upper back. Keep holding. Keep squeezing. Keep breathing. Good. Now let's inhale, press the belly down, look up, find your cow. Exhale, find your cat, chin to chest, round the spine. Hold your cat, tuck your toes, and press your hips back toward your heels. Lengthen through the upper body. Inhale, bring it forward, untuck your toes, and exhale, press your belly down and look up. Good. Now coming into a flat back, we're going to straighten our right leg to hip level, toes point down towards the ground. Stay here, or if you'd like to balance, try to reach your left arm forward. So making a nice straight line with the body, looking down, core is tight. Working for 3 breaths. Inhale, try to lift everything up a little higher. And on the exhale, lower everything down. Take another cat and another cow. Inhale for cat, squeeze the belly, chin to chest. Exhale for cow. And then a flat back. Straighten your left leg, toes point down. Straighten your right arm. Finding somewhere steady to gaze. Belly's tight. Breathe. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Inhale, try to lift up higher. On the exhale, lower down. We're just going to sway the hips. Sway them to the left. Feel an outer hip stretch. And then over to the right. And observe which side is tighter for you. Take it back to that side. Spend 3 breaths there. Maybe you move out and back. And then one more time to the other side. Good. All right, let's go back to center and find our way to our feet. So coming to standing. All right, everybody doing okay? Okay. So I'll show you guys this next movement that we'll do from both angles. It is important to keep the back flat and to keep the core tight to protect the lower back. So we're going to start with the hands either behind the head or neck. You're going to try not to lock the knees and come into a flat back. We're going to inhale up and we're going to exhale down. So from this angle, it's kind of like a squat, like you're sitting back, flat back. Elbows are open, shoulder blades are squeezed. You can begin when you're ready. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Not going all the way down, just going down to the flat back. Good, take your time. Again, keep the belly tight to protect the lower back. Feel it in your glutes and your hips when you lower down. Feel it in your upper and mid back when you lift up. We've got 3 more. Inhale, exhale, and 2. And the last one, we'll take it all the way down. Allow the elbows to come in. Knees are slightly bent. You can dangle or sway side to side. If it doesn't feel good with the pressure on the head, go ahead and reach for the elbows and rock yourself side to side. Good. Now on the inhale, bring your hands just above your knees and come back to that flat back. Pull your shoulders back. We're going to bend the knees again. Inhale. And as you exhale, straighten the knees. So just keeping the back flat, bending the knees, and straightening the knees. Still strengthening our back. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. Bend the knees, flatten the back. Exhale and take it all the way down. And sway yourself. Left, right, up, and right. Chin to chest, squeeze everything and come on up nice and slow. So we're going to work on tree pose as our balancing pose tonight. And if you need to use the wall, please use it. Okay, it's not, it won't take away from the pose, it will help the pose, the balance. So we're going to start with the left leg as a standing leg. And we're going to take the right sole of the foot inside of that leg. Try to go under the knee because we're going to work on opening the knee and hip. So if you're using the wall, maybe you face the wall so that you can hold on for your hand and hold on to the wall. So little by little, you can use your right hand to open the knee and hip, or you can use your muscles and keep your hands at prayer. So depending on where you are, you might be holding on to the wall, you might have hands in a different position. Look somewhere steady on the floor, keep the belly tight, and work on opening that right hip, sending it towards the back of the body. Very nice. We've got 3 more breaths here. Keep pressing firmly into your left foot. 1 more breath, inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to cross the right foot in front of the left. You can have your toes down. We're going to take a fold forward. And if you want a deeper stretch, you can bring your leg above the knee, bend your knee, and maybe try to have a seat or take a fold. So you've got 3 different options there depending on where your level is. And again, you can use the wall here, but you want to start to feel it in your hip. You should feel the stretch in your right hip. Right? Possibly. You feel it in your left? Okay. So maybe your left hip, you might feel it. I guess. So spend 2 or 3 more breaths there. And then slowly inhale and bring yourself up. And uncross your legs, shake it out. Walk in place. And then we'll try our tree on the other side. So if you want, you can take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then ground yourself into your right foot. Shift your weight to your right leg. Bring the left sole of the foot to that inner right leg. And then work on opening the knee, opening the hip. Using the hand or your muscles. And then choose what to do with your hands. We're all beautiful, steady trees. Keep the belly tight. 2 more breaths. And then slowly release the pose, crossing that bed leg in front, taking a fold, or keeping the knee bent, crossing it on top of the standing knee, having a seat, or taking a fold this way. So wherever you are, hopefully you feel it in your hip. Might be different. Good job, everybody over there. So we'll be here for maybe 5 breaths. And inhale, squeeze everything, come on out. Take your time, shake it out. Start to sway your hips left and right, forward and back. And then we're going to find our way back down to our stomach. So coming back onto your mat, laying flat on your stomach, we're going to bring the hands behind the head or the neck. So the little lifts that we were doing in our half lift when we were standing, I want you to feel that same work, the same amount of muscles or the same area that you were feeling it when we were standing. Try to search for that area while you're in your stomach. So hands behind the head or neck. We're going to inhale, lift up, squeeze our shoulder blades and pull our shoulders back, and then exhale down. So we're trying for 10 of these. Beginning when you're ready. Inhaling up, squeezing, holding, exhaling down. Keep the feet pressing firmly into the ground. Keep your breath nice and long. Strengthening our back, supporting our core. You got 5 more. And last one, let's see if we can hold for 2 breaths. And then bring the hands underneath the shoulders and push yourself into cobra pose. You can send your upper body as high as you'd like. And from here, you can take either downward facing dog or child's pose. So we're going to tuck the toes, press through child's pose, and either stay there or take a downward facing dog. If you've sat a lot today, I recommend downward facing dog for you. So whichever position you're in, you're going to spend about 5 breaths there. Breathing, feeling that counteracting stretch, feeling the muscles that you've worked tonight. Maybe have gratitude for making it to your mat, spending time strengthening and healing your back and hips. 1 more breath, inhale. And as you exhale, slowly lower yourself down. The next pose that we will do is butterfly. So from a seated position, you can use your block if you're using your blocks or not. With butterfly, you bring the soles of the feet together. If you'd like to try it a little different with a block. So let's inhale and bring our arms up, reach up, and as you exhale, twist to your right. Take your left hand outside of your right knee, relax your shoulders down and look back behind your right shoulder. And let's all take a slow breath in through our nose, hold the breath, and as you exhale, try to relax into your twist a little more. Inhale, bring your arms back up, reach up, look up, and as you exhale, take a gentle twist to your left. Look back behind your left shoulder, keep sitting up tall and breathing. Good. All right, so now we'll come back to the center. We're going to use the wide side of our mat and come into a straddle. So you want to open your legs wide and send the heels towards the corners of your mat. And then we want to rotate our thighs down, the inner thighs down towards the floor, and try to lift the under thighs kind of out and back. Make sure you're sitting up tall and your feet are flexed. We're going to inhale, bring the arms up, turn and rotate your waist to your right, and then rotate your shoulders, and then slightly lift your chin, and as you exhale, send your chin towards your right big toe. Now, if your hands don't reach your foot, go ahead and slide your hands under your leg wherever you can touch, and then fold over that leg. Keep breathing slowly. Now the next inhale, bring your arms back up through the center. Make sure your feet are flexed. Rotate your waist towards the left. Rotate your shoulders. Lift your chin. Inhale. And as you exhale, reach for your left toes. If you don't reach them, slide your hand under your leg wherever you fall and just fold. So if you feel a lot of pressure under the knees here, make sure to not lock the knees. Keep a soft bend or come out of stretch if it feels too much. Good. Let's inhale, bring everything to center, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, bring your arms down and bend your left knee. Go ahead and help that left foot. Bring the foot inside the right thigh, so as close to the right thigh as you can. We're going to keep the right foot flexed, and we're going to walk the hands as far forward as we can. So you can come onto the fingertips, try to fold, maybe bring the elbows down, or maybe your hands are just kind of resting on your legs and you lean forward. So depending on how tight you are, feel it out, see which works better for you. And we'll spend about 5 deep breaths here. So let's just close the eyes and visualize the breath going in through the nose, holding it in and slowly letting it go. A nice forceful but slow breath in through the nose, holding and let it go. Now start to walk your hands towards that right foot. One hand on the left side of the leg, one hand's on the right side of the leg. Inhale, try to lift the chest a little bit. And as you exhale, try to fold, keeping that right foot nice and flexed, pulling your toes towards your forehead like we did in the beginning. Now keep your right hand either outside of your right leg or holding on to your right leg. We're going to bring the left arm up towards the ceiling. And just rotate our shoulder back and look up. If your shoulders are really close to your ears, pull them back and away. Make sure that right foot is flexed, nice and active. Inhale. And as you exhale, you can stay here or you can bring your left hand down to the ground and try to push your hips up, allowing your right toes to come down to the ground. Your right arm will come high and your hips will go forward. So if you're taking this option, maybe you hold it for 1 or 2 breaths, and then we'll lower it down and do everything on the other side. So go ahead and straighten your left leg. Bend your right. Try to get that right sole of the foot close to the thigh. Flex your left foot. Stay here with your hands resting or walk your hands forward and fold in between the legs. Closing the eyes wherever you are. Taking 5 slow breaths with me. So keeping that left foot really flexed as if you were trying to touch your left shoulder. Inhale through the nose. Hold your breath and let it go. Again. One more breath in. And as you exhale, start to walk both hands over towards the left leg. One hand will come outside, one hand will go inside. Inhale, try to lift up. And as you exhale, try to hold, keeping that left foot flexed, nice active left leg. So your left hand will stay outside of the left leg or holding onto the leg. Inhale, bring the right arm up, reach up for the sky, and then open that shoulder, pulling both shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, and as you exhale, the right hand will come down to the ground, the left hand will go high, the hips will come forward. Really lengthen through the left side body. You can stay there for a breath or 2, and then we're going to slowly lower down. Good. All right. Let's come on back down to the back. We're going to start with the knees bent. Bring the 2 big toes together. You can have your arms out like a T or resting on your belly. We're going to inhale and allow the knees to open up about 50%. So not trying to get them to the floor, just open it up a little bit, and then we're going to close them back together. So we'll do 5 of these. We'll inhale, open the knees. Exhale together. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Good. Now separate the feet as wide as your hips. Bring your arms down by your side. We'll do another round of bridge pose. Send your hips up towards the ceiling. You can stay in this bridge or option to lift your right leg in the air. Sending the hips up, holding for a breath, and then bring the right foot back down. Breathe, lift the hips, and try to lift the left leg in the air. This is just an option. You don't have to take it. Lower the foot, send the hips. Try to walk the heels a little closer. Try to reach for the heels. You might be able to hold on to them, or you might just reach for them. Try to shift your weight to your shoulders. Try to send your hips a little higher. Strengthening the back. 5 more breaths. Imagine you've got a block between your thighs and you're squeezing and holding. Inhale, send them higher. Exhale as slow as you can. Lower those hips down. Lower, lower, lower. Good. Windshield wiper. Allow them to fall left and right. Now we're going to take a spinal twist, but it's going to be a moving twist. So bring your arms out like a T. And as you inhale, allow both knees to fall to the left, look to the right. So this first twist will be very gentle. And then inhale, bring the knees up. Exhale, knees to right, look to left. So feeling how far you can go. We'll go a little deeper each time, sliding the hips before going into our twist. So inhale your knees up, slide your hips to the right, and allow your knees to fall to the left, looking to the right. So try to feel a little bit of a deeper twist than you did the first time. And then bring your hips to center, slide your hips over to the left side of your mat, allow your knees to fall to the right, look to the left. Inhale back to center, hips come to center. This time you can cross your right leg on top of left if you'd like. And then lift your hips, try to roll onto your left hip and send your knees to the left. So the right hip is more stacked on top of the left and you're looking to the right. So this final twist we will hold. Breathe into it. Support the body if you need to. So we've got 3 more breaths in this final twist. Just trying to let go of any thoughts. Just focusing on the flexibility of the spine and releasing any tension. On your next inhale, slowly come out of your twist, uncross your legs. And if you'd like, you can take a bridge pose to align the spine, or you can take a hug. Whichever you prefer, spend 2 breaths there. And then we're going to cross the left leg on top of right, lift the hips to roll onto the right hip, allowing your knees to fall to the right as you look to the left. Closing the eyes and trying to relax down to this twist. Keep breathing deeply. Three more breaths in your spinal twist. And then slowly come out of your twist on that exhale. We're going to bend both knees and cross your left ankle on top of your right thigh. I'll give you options here. Keep your left foot flexed. Option 1 is to stay here and bring your left hand to your left knee and just open the hip. Option 2 is to bring the legs in and interlace behind the right thigh, pulling the legs in. Option 3 is to straighten the legs and interlace the fingers behind the calf muscle. So whichever one you want to try, you can go ahead and give it a try. Breathing, pulling those legs in, keeping the feet flexed. And while you're in this pose, if you want to rock side to side gently, you can do so. We'll spend 3 more breaths here. And then release. If you had your hands interlaced behind the right leg, go ahead and straighten the left leg up towards the ceiling. Interlace your fingers behind your left thigh. Pull that leg in without straightening the knee. Just pull the leg in towards the face. And then release. Go ahead and lower your left foot down to the ground. Flex your right foot and cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Go ahead and push your right knee away or take another option, whichever one you did on the other side, try here. And if you choose to rock side to side, you can do so, breathing and moving slowly. Keep pulling the legs in if your hand is interlaced. You've got 3 more breaths here. And then slowly release the pose on the exhale, straightening that right leg in the air, pulling the leg in towards the face, spending a couple breaths there. And then releasing. You can take one last hug, hugging the knees in, or if you'd like, you can take happy baby, bending the knees, sending the soles of the feet towards the ceiling, and then reaching for the feet, pulling the knees closer to the armpits. If you rock side to side, this is massaging your kidneys. This is a great hip opener. And if it feels good, you can bring the soles of the feet together and try to push the knees away from the body a little bit. And maybe you try to rock side to side again. Good. And go ahead and release. If you have a pillow, a block, or a bolster, whichever you prefer, go ahead and place it underneath your lower back without creating tension. We're going to come into sleeping tiger. So this can be done without anything under the back. It's just nice. So if you have something underneath, you can go ahead and lift the arms and legs up towards the ceiling. If you're not putting anything under your lower back, just try to keep that lower back on the mat and spend about 6 breaths. Your legs don't have to be completely straight. This is a restorative pose. It's a gentle inversion. You just want to allow the blood flow to go down to the heart. If you spend a lot of time on your feet or even sitting, I recommend doing this for 20 minutes a day if possible. So you've got a few more breaths. And then on the exhale, you can slowly lower down. If there's any last stretches or movements that you need, please take it at this time. We're going to come into our last and final pose of Shavasana. You can have your arms straight by your side. You can have your legs straight. Or if you'd like one last hip opener, you can bring the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to open wide into butterfly. If you'd like, you can place one hand on your heart and one hand on top of your belly. And close the eyes. Settle into the space. You can listen to the sound of my voice, or you can block the sound of my voice out and just listen to your breath. So as you inhale, visualize your breath going down to your right hip and hold it there. Allow it to heal this right hip or just support the hip in any way that it needs supported tonight.
As you exhale, allow that breath to go down your right leg and exit out of the right sole of the foot. So you're inhaling, visualizing the breath going down to the right hip, staying there for a moment to do what it needs to do. And then as you exhale, send it down the right leg, exiting the sole of the foot. Start to feel a warm, tingling sensation down the right side of your body. Have gratitude for your right hip, your right knee, and your right ankle that work hard for you every single day. Take a deep breath in and bring your attention to your left hip. Send your breath to your left hip. Allow it to hold there and heal and do what it needs to do to this hip. As you exhale, allow the breath to travel down the left leg, exiting out of the left sole of the foot. Again, inhale and send your breath to your left hip. Hold it there. And then send it down the left leg. Now visualize the breath going through both nostrils, traveling down to both hips. Feel the hips radiating, vibrant and healthy. As you exhale, send the breath down both legs. Now visualize the breath going down the entire front of the body. Just give your attention to the front of your body. Allow your breath to heal, to strengthen, to do what it needs to do to the areas of the front body that needs attention tonight. Feel the warmth of the front body. And as you inhale, send the breath down the back side of the body. Lastly, strengthening your entire back, your sit muscles, the back of your legs, down the legs. And when you're ready, you can start to wiggle your fingers and toes, bringing movement to your body. Inhaling a little bit deeper. And when you're ready, you can roll on to whichever side feels right, coming into a fetal position. And while you're in your fetal position, just feel the effects of your practice. And then slowly push yourself up, keeping your eyes closed, just taking in the practice for a little bit longer. Allow your hands to rest on your knees with your palms facing up. Let's inhale the thought of love, strength, and gratitude. Opening the mouth, sigh it out into the world. Let's inhale the arms above the head, bringing the palms together. And as you exhale, bring your hands to prayer pose as we bow our heads. I thank you all so much for joining me, both in person and virtually. I thank you for your patience and understanding tonight. And I thank you for allowing me to guide you in this practice. The light within me honors and salutes the light within you all. Namaste.